So I think, Diana, this brings us to the real question here is, how do new home and remodeling buyers change? How do their behaviors change when market conditions deteriorate? And the answer is, right now we have buyers who have wants and they have taken themselves out of the market. So case in point, anybody that refinanced or bought a home that is sitting at maybe a 3 or sub 4% interest rate, when they look at today's interest rates of 6 plus, they are saying, you know what, I'm not going to double my interest rate. I'm going to sit and wait. And so what they do is they put themselves on the sideline, themselves out of the market. So it reduces who is in the market today, down to those buyers that have needs. So somebody has a need, they're still going to buy. So a typical need would be, there is, say, a job change where I'm moving from one part of the country. There could be a need where there's growing family, so children on the way. There could be a need where someone wants to move into closer to a different school district. Needs can also come from remodeling, that let's say there's a repair that needs to be done in the home, and that's a pretty major repair, has to be done because the home is deteriorating, and part of that repair they'll do some improvements that they've wanted to do. So those buyers are still out there, they're still going to buy. But the difference, Diana, is that they're asking, okay, well, what are you going to give me, right? What's your discount? What's your incentive? Because they know there's less people out there hiring builders right now. So I had a client just the other day said to me, well, I'm still talking to people that, they're not asking about what are our incentives or discounts. And my question back to him was, are they buying? To which he said, well, no, they're not buying. I said, well, they're not buyers. They're people that have wants that are just talking to you, but they know they're not going to do anything because they're not willing to pay the price. The ones that are going to buy are the ones that are asking, what are your discounts? What are your incentives? What are your promotions, your specials? And that's just typical. That's just human behavior. So don't get turned off by that. There's a way to handle that. And we'll talk about that a little bit today, a little bit more next week. But what we do want to talk about is what a lot of builders now are starting to do. And because there's less buyers out there, that builders they're taking on jobs that are outside of their typical scope or their service area. So they're spending more time commuting, perhaps, driving to a job site. They might be looking at like a different type of jobs, such as commercial or perhaps smaller jobs, like more handyman type jobs. And this is, Diana, really more of a survival instinct. This is something that you don't want to go there unless you are absolutely have to. So the whole point of putting together this topic today was really looking at alternatives to this. What are your thoughts, Diana?
Yes, I noticed the survival mode versus the abundance mindset, that it's plenty for everybody, and we are. I noticed that we are staying on the safe mode. So only what's safe, and we are very careful with our spendings, and only if it's necessary, but only if necessary. After that, we act, and indeed we are asking for incentives and gifts and many other extra bonuses that we can receive to feel that we are complete. That okay, this is worth it.
Yeah, that's a really good point. A couple of things that came to mind is what we've talked about as a business owner right now, is that we typically say, oh, okay, I'm going to pull back on my marketing when business gets sold because I want to conserve money. And really, it's the opposite. Talked about in our How to Recession Proof Your Business series, is we talked about now is where you want to put your foot on the gas. You're going to have to put more effort, more energy, and more dollars into lead generation and client acquisition, and you're going to get poorer results than, of course, you did when the market was hot. When the market was hot, a lot of builders just stopped. They couldn't handle the business, and so they just stopped doing any sort of client acquisition outside of what was knocking on their door, essentially. Now, as a consumer as well, right? If we right now do not feel comfortable with our job, with our savings account, with taking on additional debt, we're not going to buy. And those are the people that really have more wants. So the people that have needs, they're going to figure out a way to make it happen. And obviously they have to have the resources to make it happen. But we need to find those people that have the need.